Hi, and welcome to my acoustic blues lesson for the month of May 2015. This month we're going to take a look at a tune that I learned from a friend of mine. It's Mississippi John Hurt's Candyman. And this is a really cool tune that's got some different ideas and some complicated stuff in it, but yet it's simple enough that you can get it down with some practice. Anybody can get it down. I haven't ever played this tune live or as an instrumental or with anybody. So what I'm going to do here, I know how to play it, and I'll show you how to play it, but I'm not real smooth at playing it through the whole way. So I'll just break it down and teach you how to play it, and you can figure it out on your own. I am basing my version on the 1928 recording, the Mississippi John Hurt recording from his first recordings, not the stuff he did in the 60s, although he does some of the same stuff. Now the song is in the key of A, and what I'm going to do, just to make it a little easier, what I think, is put a capo on the first fret. And I'll show you why I did that here in just a minute. In fact, to play along with the recording, that's what I did to get the same key. And then I realized, hey, it's easier to play with that capo there. There's a couple chords where you really have to stretch, and having that capo there makes it just a little bit easier. The song starts out with this really cool introduction. Let me play it for you, and then we'll break it down. Sloppy there, but we'll get the idea. Starts out with a long position, a long A position. So here's your A chord. First finger on the second fret, getting the top four strings. And then my pinky would be on the fifth fret. So if we're playing without the capo, would be the same thing. With the capo on, I'm going to go from the capo, so this will be the first fret. So second fret, fifth fret. And then we're sliding that all the way up here to where my first finger is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th fret, and my pinky is on the 12th fret of the first string. And when he starts this out, it sounds to me like he's alternating between the open 6th string, which is your E, and the 3rd string. That's the thing you hear some country blues guys do. Bo Carter did that a lot. Blind Lemon Jefferson did that. Instead of playing the alternating bass from the 6 and the 4, he's going from the 6 to the 3. So to start out, he kind of slides into it. And what I'm doing with the bass is just going 6, 3. And at first, it's just the A chord shape. Then I'm coming to I'm taking my second finger and going to what would be I gotta count, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th fret of the first string. Like that. And then back and forth between the 10th and the 12th. So that's the first lick. I think he slides it from all the way down here. And then he goes to thumping an open A string. Something like that. And what my shape is, I've got my first finger on the 9th fret of the first string and my second finger on the 10th fret of the second string. It's this position that you use a lot, this double stop you use a lot in country blues. And then I'm going back and I'm using my pinky again on the 12th fret. Like that. So the whole thing, something like that. And he varies that. He varies the rhythm and how many times he picks it throughout the song, but that's the position. You can listen to it and figure out exactly what he's doing there if you want to get it note for note. Whoops, I keep naturally going to the alternating bass. You stay on the open 5. And then he's going to slide into a a D position. This is the 4. So my first finger is going to be, when I get there, my first finger is going to be on the 1st fret of the 5th string, and my ring finger is going to be on the, 5th fret of the 1st string, and my ring finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And he's going to slide into it. And as he slides, he's actually pinching the open 5th string. My bass for this part of it is going to be the 5-4. And they're both open, and I'm muting them a little bit with my right hand palm. So I slide into it. So I'm sliding, and as I slide, I'm pinching, and I'm sliding from a step below, from the 5th fret, 6th fret to the 7th fret with my ring finger, and then my first finger is coming along from the 4th fret to the 5th fret on the 1st string. So the whole thing, and the alternating bass part, you got to get the timing where you're pinching, and then coming down with the downstroke on the 4. And he's taking his pinky and putting it in for a double stop on what would be the, oh, I'm getting confused again, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8th fret of the 1st string. So the whole lick. And as I end the lick, I'm coming down on my alternating bass. You can switch fingers, sometimes out of habit, playing some Blind Lemon Jefferson stuff. You could play it like this. I like to play it sometimes like that, with my 1st and 2nd finger. I just do it out of habit. You could do it like this too, with your 1st finger and your ring finger. So that's the next phrase. Then he goes into these really cool licks where he's just putting his 1st and 2nd fingers on the 2nd and 3rd strings. My 1st finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and this is a typical blues, country blues double stop position. You use this a lot, something like that. But I'm going to put the 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, and then my alternating bass is going to be open my 5th string, and then I'm coming on the 3 again. And then I'm picking with my index finger. Something like that. And then he moves that 2, but this time he's going to switch the bass. So he's moving this 1, 2, up 2, down 2. So my 1st finger is now on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then my bass, what I hear, is going from the open 6th string now to the 3. So he moves the lick like that, a little faster, but to learn it, that's a good way to look at it. Then he gets an A. 1st position A, just my 1st finger flattening out over the 2nd fret. And I'm pinching basically the 5th string, which is still open, and the 2nd string. But I'm doing it hard so I get a whole chord sound. Some of the other strings are sounding there too. So let's take the introduction slowly from the beginning. Whoops. Oh, not perfect, but that's what he's doing. And then he's doing this little bass walk. And I'm not sure exactly how he does this. I find this very difficult to do. Into an E chord. But it's a 2-finger E chord. So I'm walking, going from the 4th fret, 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then to the 2nd fret. And my 1st finger is going to be on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and my 2nd finger is going to get this bass. But but then it's going to kind of get both strings. And then here's the tricky part. So it goes like this. Whoops. He's doing the alternating bass, goes from 6 to 4 again. And then he's going to take his ring finger and bring it down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Something like that. So my bass is 6/4. And his pinky's gone to the 4th fret of the 1st string. So the whole thing. And he mixes this up. He does different little licks, basically using his pinky and his ring finger, or pinky and then open variation. So the way I'm playing it, like this, like that. I'm keeping the alternating bass going. So let's do the whole thing so far. Whoop. Then he comes in with the classic turnaround in the key of A. So he does. Gets the A again, and then he does this turnaround with the 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string. This is a long A shape. We did this already. And a lot of times when you do this turnaround, you start with your ring finger from the 5th fret. But he skips that 5th fret, and he just starts on the 4th fret. So the whole thing. See how I did that? My pick fell off there. One more time. Fell off again, sorry. Like that. So it's a little different on the turnaround. But what I'm doing is going, pinching the 4th and the 1st strings. My pinky stays put. My ring finger is going to get the 4th fret of the 4th string. My 2nd finger is going to get the 3rd fret. And then when I get to the end of the chord, I'm pinching the the 2nd fret of the 4th string and the 5th fret of the 1st string. So let me go through that introduction one more time real slow. This is for Mississippi John Hurt's Candyman, 1928 version. And that is the cool part of the song. When I first heard that, when I was just getting started playing acoustic blues guitar, I really wanted to learn how to play it. And I have a friend who lives close by who just happens to play a lot of the same stuff, and he taught that to me. Now the main verse, when he's singing, goes something like this. Let me play this for you one time. He just plays that same thing kind of over and over again. The way I play it is with an A chord like this. It's like a D7th chord, but I'm putting everything on the 2nd fret. Got my 1st finger on the 3rd string, got my 2nd finger on the 4th string, and I've got my ring finger on the 2nd string. And real slow, he's going to hit an open 6, open 5th to lead into it. And then he's going to hit the 4th string, which is fretted at the 2nd fret. And then he does that. Whoops, hold on a second. And then once he gets that, he goes goes into the alternating bass. At least this is what I think I'm hearing, between the 5th string and the 4th string, out of the A position. The fingers, the left hand is keeping the A position, like that. And then the rest of it, the treble strings, sounds like he's hammering with his pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Something like that. And again, if you listen to the original carefully, he'll do lots of little variations with the timing and the attack on that lick. But basically that's what he's doing. So it's open 6, open 5, 4th string. Whoops. That's the lick that he starts out singing the verse over. Then he goes into that same little bass run and that same chord shape that we did before, with the same alternating bass. So it's then the same turnaround. Whoop. Let me play it all the way through for you. Whoops. He just does that over and over again, and then eventually, whoops, he goes back into that opening lick and plays it like the solo of the song. In fact, I think he plays it twice back to back and then goes back to the verse. So the verse one more time. I have trouble, that little lick. I think about it too much, but try to get it so you sound the bass cleanly, but then when you sound the 2nd fret of the 5th string, you got to also kind of quickly move over and get the 4th string so you could play the full E chord. So like this. And in the verses, he plays it faster. So let me play it one more time for you. Like that. And that's about it for Mississippi John Hurt's Candyman. Now, I apologize for not having a tab with this, but I'm not real good at writing acoustic tabs, and right now I don't really have the time to do it. It takes me a long time. I'll try to get better at that and later include a tablature with this. But my advice is listen to the original 1928 recording, take what I've shown you here, and then try to match it, play along. Listen for the variations that he does. Usually it's just variations in the rhythm. For instance, when he does this opening lick, I think there's one time where instead of bouncing back and forth between the pinky and the 2nd finger, he just holds it on the 7th shape, E7. He does some variations on that lick and in a couple other places too. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. I'll be back next month with another acoustic blues lesson.